Welcome, welcome, welcome back, everyone, to the Lost Depths of Phandelver. I hope everyone had a fantastic week, couple of weeks.
No, not really, but
Oh.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we can disappear for a couple hours tonight into a horrible, horrible situation. Not horrible, I shouldn't say horrible.
Is there supposed to be sound right now?
There is. Do you not have it?
Let me restart.
yeah, I can kind of
No, I should have just restarted earlier because I normally hear it.
ambience.
Are you okay? Got sound?
Yeah. No, not yet, but I'll play
Okay.
with it. Oh, never mind. My son's there. It goes. There it goes.
Oh, nice. Good, good, good. Okay. Awesome. All right. Is everyone here? Awesome. Deep in the swamps of the Forbidden Reaches, our groups have survived a series of deadly encounters, from a massive carnivorous plant to large crocodiles, and then an ambush of displacer beasts. Ronan, with a plan to try and tame the displacer beasts, calls for them to be captured alive. A dangerous and difficult request that is ultimately accomplished. With the three beasts rendered unconscious and restrained, the group tends to their infectious bug bites and scans the area for further threats, as wind blows heavy rain, chilling them to the core and seemingly only getting worse. Grumback picks up their fallen comrade Thistlefoot to carry him to an abandoned wagon that they found for his final resting place, as Oliva contemplates the history of the amulet she is carrying. Running her thumb over the gem in the center of the amulet, she experiences feelings of bloodlust and sees a strange purple hue surrounding D1. A whispering voice echoes in her mind saying, "Another," leaving her with an unbalanced feeling. Oliva then spots movement in the brush as a small, sickly-looking displacer beast emerges from its cover. Noticing Oliva's unnerving temperament, Brandy inquires about what's wrong as she alters the presence of the young, frail displacer beast. Rummy, hovering above, also notices the beast, fetching some fresh crocodile liver for it to eat. Oliva, upon hearing the voice, whisper, "Another," once more. Displayed uneasiness, leaving Brandy concerned about the effects that holding the amulet of Athazar is having on her. Deciding that removing the amulet from Oliva is the best course of action, Brandy snatches it from around her neck, causing the uneasy feeling of bloodlust to fade, but not without creating uneasy tension in its stead. Ronan, who's been working on a way to communicate with the captured displacer beasts, feels a shockwave run through him as he sees his surroundings freeze in place momentarily before returning back to normal. He then sets his eyes on the young beast and begins to interrogate it as the rain itself begins to fall heavier. And that is where we're going to begin this evening. All right. So, as the rain falls heavier and heavier, you all kind of look around and you find yourself struggling to see past a certain perimeter around you because of the steady falling rain. It's just kind of obscuring the area. I will say, in this place, with the mud all over you, the rain drenching you, a couple of you have bug bites. Brandy, you have your leg is starting to kind of itch down by your right ankle.
Oh yeah.
There seems to be a couple of very large kind of moving dragonflies, if you will, from what you can tell, kind of hovering above the pond, kind of just to your north, Brandy, as well as you, Olivia. You can see them kind of just skipping along the pond surface as they kind of dart kind of closer to you and then dart away. They're probably about maybe from the size of your hand to your elbow in length. Quite big. They don't seem to be really concerned with you. They seem to be eating something off the pond surface, possibly. However, in this moment, we see Ronan kind of duck down low in the moment here. And just so we're clear here, Ronan, who are you talking? Who are you attempting to talk to? The young one?
Whichever one I would perceive as the leader.
Okay, that's... Thank you. That's perfect. As you kind of sit here, Ronan, focused, you get a very odd sense, just for a moment, as your spell completes, your ritual completes here, as you begin to speak to this creature. I'm trying to remember exactly what you said to it before we ended the last session. I believe you said.
What were you thinking?
Yes, thank you. The beast kind of opens his eye for a moment. You can see it's quite wounded, as its green eyes kind of glow up at you, very faint, but yet still emanating a bit of light. For some reason, Ronan, there doesn't seem to be any mental connection here. There's no murmuring, there's no whispering, there's no growling or hissing from this creature. It acknowledges your words, seemingly, but doesn't seem to be able to speak back to you in the moment.
Like it can't speak, or it's choosing not to.
So, I don't know if I should tell you that. Roll a perception check, Ronan. Just a general one. $16. So you're using Speak with Animals. Unfortunately, and this sucks, my friend, but a displacer beast is not an animal. It's a monstrosity. Also, they're not intelligent enough to... They're intelligent enough to know what you're saying to a point, but not enough to speak it back. It sucks, I know, but I did a lot of research on this just to make sure I was doing it right.
Oh, so it's just specifically beasts.
Yeah, unfortunately, because
Wow,
this is considered a large misdemeanor. I know they changed it, dude. They changed it between 4 and 5e, from my understanding.
Oh, how
so I'm sorry
interesting.
about that. Yeah, that's a cool idea.
That's
Here's the
okay.
thing. Here's the thing, right? Here's what we're gonna do in the case, because it was a thoughtful thing. It acknowledges that D1 gave it a piece of meat, that it fed it. You offered it sustenance, right? You noticed
on top, yeah.
the baby one, yeah, not these little ones here. Now you don't know that yet, Ronan, but as far as these ones down here goes, they're too wounded and they're also really tied up. So as far as these 3 go here, they're probably. I mean, you can definitely attempt to do whatever you'd like to try and do. If you can come up with some clever ideas, some cool, witty ways of trying to do it, I'll definitely let you. But I just, rather than wasting your time, I figured I would just give you.
Yeah, that really threw a wrench in my.
Sorry, bud. Yeah. At
Um,
least the 3 ones here. I mean, well, that's all I'll say about that. Is the adults here pretty much, you know,
We can communicate with them. A little
They're-
bit.
yeah.
they're grown. They're, you know.
I don't think I know about the kitten yet.
I don't think. Unless they make you privy to the information. As well as this note, Ronan, too. We're gonna just for the sake of it here, for me not to be to feel like I'm being a jerk to you. You also know displacer beasts from your past as being lawful evil. They're not a creature that that would be willing, at least not at this age, would be willing, you know, with their instincts and such, to just kind of give in any way without some serious benefit on their part, right? If that were a thing, and you would know that. You would know that with your history, your particular history.
Do you want like any luck with these fucking things?
Well, I thought that I could talk to them. Apparently, I can't. They're intelligent enough, but they're also kind of shitty creatures.
I mean, they didn't seem friendly, that's for damn sure, when they were trying to rip our throats out.
Yeah, that's very true. And they do have good parts.
You mean value?
Yeah,
What?
valuable. Like the hides are very valuable as cloaks. I think there's something to do with the tendrils.
I think I've heard. DM, how much would D1 know about the value of displacer beast parts?
Roll a history check with advantage
Okay.
because of your history. Yeah. You would actually be probably pretty privy to this kind of information because of what you have done. Yeah. D1, you know pretty much all there is to know about the parts from these creatures because of your travels and journeys and and what's all I'll say.
Yeah.
You know that their tentacles are worth. They're all the parts are worth different things to different people. The problem with displacer beasts is trying to find the right vendor to buy them. That seems to be, from what you won't remember from your time plundering and from other things, you remember that selling them can yield you a lot of gold, but you have to find the right buyer.
God.
Also, you have to keep them fresh. That's another thing.
All right, well, keep it these fresh. I think we can pull that off. Yeah, I don't know if we can't get these things to obey us. We might be best off just dismantling them and seeing if we can make a big cash grab out of this deal.
Are Brandy and I able to hear this conversation?
Oh, man, that's a good question. I would say roll a perception check with disadvantage because it's raining really hard.
Okay.
And the thunder.
And the thunder.
Yeah.
I'm also going to say to Ronan,
Mm-hmm.
Rummy, just so you know, there's a baby back up in the brush behind us. I've got Rummy keeping an eye on him right now. I believe Aliva and Brandy are up there. They're right there.
They can hear you. You can hear each other.
Okay.
Oh, well, this
Sorry.
just got a whole lot easier.
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to be more fair and
Yeah.
realistic.
I mean, these ones are beat to shit and just tried killing us. This little one hasn't attacked yet. I wonder if that's something we could work with.
Oh yeah. I'm not saying anything, but I am glaring at Ronan and D1 because I was like, "This is a stupid idea," and no one listened. And now I'm like, "Yeah, I told you so," but I'm not gonna say it. I'm just grouchy at this point.
D1's gonna look over his shoulder and see that glare from Aliva, and he's gonna look at Ronan and sort of just nod his head down and like, fuck. And then he's gonna take his Thunder Gauntlet and just smash it into Ren's head.
Ooh, all right, D1. You smash it, and you, without any check or anything, are able to dispatch the beast quite quickly, without any pain, misery, or any of that. The beast is dead.
I know you're Ronan. I mean, this one was beat up the worst. He wasn't gonna be of any use. I'll let you make the call on the other two, but I think they're worth more in parts than they are in the other way.
I agree with you, D1. I will look over towards Brandy and Aliva. Hey, if you can get hands on the kitten, grab it. We're taking that.
Oh, that kitten is mine.
Yeah, I've got Rummy sort of keeping him in place.
I cross my arms and don't say anything to that, but I am eyeballing Brandy.
What is the size of this kitten? Like, can I go over and grab it?
It is, from what you can see, Brandy, it is pretty small. It's probably the size of... Let me see.
Like an adult cat?
Probably about the size of an adult cat, yeah. I think that's probably pretty accurate.
Me as a halfling could pick up that.
You could. You could,
So I'm trying to think, obviously, I'll call over to D1. Is this thing injured or anything, or is it just hiding over there? Do you know?
From what I can see through Rummy, he just seems to be cowering in the bush. He's eating a piece of liver.
Why he's hungry.
There's a couple more dead alligators. He seems to really like alligator liver. That might be a good way to
Yeah.
friend him.
I think I would want to give him some food, but I still want something to put him in. Maybe use some rope and tie it around him, or a bag to put him in, because he's not just going to hang out and chill with me.
Oh, maybe build a harness?
I could do a little harness get up if I can distract him with some good food.
As the cat kind of finishes up, kind of looks up at you, you can see his eyes, just a little dot of green light, pure green light, kind of, you can see kind of emanating out from each eye.
At some point during all of that, I would have coup de grace green and blend blue.
Oh, got it.
So Rummy's gonna fly down here.
Yeah.
Try to grab another piece of alligator liver.
Okay. And I think I would I have a rope, I'm sure. I think I would get a rope out and try and make a loose kind of tie, because I would have to get it around its... assuming it's going to see me and run, right? I want to make some kind of lasso, essentially.
Oh, okay.
That I can at least secure it in some way.
Rummy, and hand feed it.
Yeah.
He's still a wild animal. Have you guys ever tried to feed a wild animal befefore?
Well, he just
Attacks ya.
he just ate that liver.
Yeah, but from an animal-like creature, right?
True.
I just gotta assume that this thing is gonna run from me. I want to be overly prepared.
Give Rummy a second. He'll be back with a thing of liver, and then we can...
Oh yeah, I won't do anything yet.
We might want to keep him distracted. I don't know how aware these things are, but we're about to fucking hack up 3 of its fucking kind into little pieces. That might be a little disturbing for it to see.
Yeah, we might want to hold off on that until we get the kitten dealt with.
Yeah, let's get multiple livers.
They are intelligent creatures. I assume that they're capable of holding a grudge.
I mean, even an animal's gonna feel some kind of way about watching its kind get hacked up into pieces.
It made me look at my cats.
I'm sorry.
No, it was cute. My cat's don't even meow like that.
Over towards the big plant.
Mm-hmm.
And try and pincer this kitten.
Alright, How
Because
long?
I'm like moving, but I'm not really moving that aggressively towards it at all. I'm just trying to be quiet and keep an eye on it.
How's Rummy doing with trying to get more liver?
I would say Rummy is succeeding. There's no checks necessary, just a little bit of time. Rummy kind of, it starts to bob up a little bit up in the air. Kind of, you can see a little bit of, he struggles a little to get up some height, but he does with a little bit of weight because he's got this big old chunk of meat in his mouth. Kind of coming up high. He's got a little bit in his hand.
As Brandy's passing me to get closer to the little kitten, I step maybe one step closer, but I don't say any or do anything. Just watching.
Always watching.
All right, perfect. As you kind of stand here, sit here, kind of hang out and wait, Ronan, you kind of get closer to this giant carnivorous creature that you slayed. As you kind of look at it, you observe its enormous dagger-like teeth, kind of just lifeless, flopped over. What would you like to do over here?
I'm just kind of keeping an eye towards the kitten, and if it runs towards me, I'm gonna just be prepared for that and try and catch it.
All right, Ronan. So you'd like to kind of cover this area here, kind of try and keep an eye on her if you can.
Perfect. Move a little bit closer.
Okay, love it. You got it. So as it stands right here where you guys all are, is this where you want to be currently?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
ominous.
Perfect.
I think I'm good.
Okay, this is
Yeah,
great.
We're gonna have to be for a little bit longer.
Yeah. I mean, D1, are you happy with where you're at? You're kind of doing stuff over here, so you're kind of, are you...
Yeah, well, I'm sort of instructing Rummy to grab the meat for now.
Okay. Sounds good.
Is Grumback still like doing his thing?
Yeah, so he
Okay.
seems to be kind of just out of sight, but from last you could tell he was, tending the thistlefoot.
How far
Okay.
away is Grumback approximately?
It's, from what you remember, it seems to be just around the pond and kind of to the west, just a bit.
So is it less than 120 feet, you think?
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's less than that, yes.
Alright, I'm gonna cast message
Okay,
to Grumback.
you got it.
I'm gonna say, see if there's any small containers or blankets or bags at that wagon that you can bring back, buddy.
He kind of, like there's a moment that goes by. And then you hear. There are supplies here. All are waterlogged and rotten. And I will dispatch of some product and bring a few sacks.
Yeah, any kind of sacks, containers. We're hacking these beasts up. We need something to put their parts in.
He, for a moment, you kind of don't hear anything, and then you hear kind of and then he kind of says, I am on my way. Kind of, you hear like some stuff like, I don't actually think you would hear any of that, would you?
No, I think
Because
you
it's
just
not a
hear
phone
the-
call, it's
yeah.
just the words. He kind of says a couple of things. I guess he wouldn't even do that. It's not like a phone call.
He gets to respond once, but it's got to be.
Yeah. Damn.
Your
Let me think.
response to his response would be another spell slot.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, no,
think
it's a
it's an
cantrip,
cantrip.
so.
Yeah. So.
Oh.
So yeah, he says, yeah, I'll bring, and he comes around the corner. You kind of see him in the distance here, kind of walking towards you. And he seems to have a couple of bags on him.
All right. I'm gonna yell up to Aliva and Brandy. Rummy's on his way with some food for the little one. Keep him distracted if you can. He doesn't want to see what we're about to do.
All right, well,
All right, perfect. So Brandy,
Yeah.
You and Oliva are kind of here.
Yeah.
You see Rummy fly up kind of to your right here, and kind of he stays a little bit back behind you and kind of lowers down to the ground. He kind of gets close to you with the meat. I would imagine you guys take the meat from him. How do you want to approach this? How do you want to do this? So as it stands right now, I should probably tell you. You can see the little Displacer Beast kitten kind of nestle back into some brush, real down low. There's a thick branch that's kind of up above him and kind of spread out like ribs would be. So it's going to be really hard to get him from up above. You can see that it probably would make more sense to get it from behind or from the front. It seems like it's got, it doesn't have much room in there.
After Rummy passes the meat to Oliva, he's gonna fly back over here.
Okay.
And sort of just prepare to cut off this path of escape.
You can see as soon as Rummy kind of flies over there and makes a little noise, you can see the kitten kind of look back quick, and then look ahead quick at both of you with its ears down real low as it gets real low to the ground. Brandy, roll.
Yeah. Rummy's just looking as friendly as possible, like sort of just like bow down and sort of just like be unthreatening and
sure,
like friendly.
Okay, you got it. Like close his little shark mouth.
Yeah.
Brandy, roll a perception check for me if you don't mind.
Yeah.
$18. Nice. Man, you have such a great perception.
I know.
As you kind of look down, you're at a really good level, Brandy. You get real down low, and you can kind of see through. This kitten is not that old at all. You can see that its tentacles have barely began to form. It doesn't seem like it has any kind of abilities as far as any of that goes yet. It's that young. It has 6 legs. It doesn't seem to have any scars or scratches at all. Like it hasn't been in any battles, but it's absolutely starved. The ribs are sunken in. The skin is real tight to its body. Very little muscle mass. You can see it's just absolutely 100% hungry, and it's you can tell that it's scared to death, but it's starving.
I think what I would try and do is, take the chunk of liver that we have, and I would want to make it into like smaller bits, and just try and see if I can't lure, like just tossing the pieces of liver towards the little kitty baby, and try and get it to come closer.
Oh, perfect.
Closer to me.
Okay, let me do that. All right, roll an animal handling check for me, Brandy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. An 18. Nice.
Oh, nice.
Really nice. As you get down really low to the ground and you begin to toss these little bite-sized chunks of meat down, you totally catches its attention as it looks at you and follows your hand down to the ground, and then looks back up at you and follows, and it gets down low to the ground. You can see it lick its little lips as it kind of gets close. Like it takes one little step closer, and then it looks up at you. Do you move?
No.
Okay, Oliva, do you move?
No.
All right. It takes one little step closer and gets its little mouth to the ground really slowly and picks up the piece of meat and kind of picks it up quick and then backs up a bit more and starts to...
Oh, let's go sound effect. Do it again. Perfect. Amazing. Add that to your soundboard.
Nice. I have a good mic.
My goal would be just to keep this little kitten happy, and have it be close to us and kind of desensitize it to our presence. And then after it eats its fill and is engorged and wants to rest, then I would try and maybe not pick it up because it's a cat. But maybe put the little rope around its neck, maybe.
Yeah.
But I would let it, relax in my presence.
Sure. Well, you begin to gain a little bit more, seemingly of its trust as you kind of throw a little bit more toward it. It gets down low and looks at you, and then kind of takes us to like a step or two forward, grabs the meat, doesn't back up quite yet, kind of takes a bite or two, and then kind of slowly backs up. But just around this time, there is a crash of thunder. It's so loud. It's almost like right above you. As you kind of stand here, and the displacer beast, the kitten doesn't seem to be one bit affected by the thunder. As it continues to eat here, as the rain falls even harder, you can feel the wind begin to pick up. All of you can.
Yeah, so I'd say, are we heading out?
D1's gonna yell back. You might want to harness that thing. Any help Rummy can give you guys, let me know. And then I'm gonna look at Grumback and say, you got a sharp blade? Let's try to keep these parts in good condition. And I'm gonna yell over at Ronan. Hey, you wanna give us a hand cutting these motherfuckers up?
I'll holler back to D1. Yeah, as soon as we get a harness on this little bastard.
Yeah, I mean, if you can be a help to them, you need to get both done for sure.
With the distraction of the rain, the storm, Brandy has the kitten displacer beast, the little leash in hand, Ronan and D1 cutting into those things. I would look around one more time at Rummy and everyone else. And then I can cast right now, right? Yep. So I'd cast Locate Object, like we discussed on the amulet.
Pretty sure that just works.
Now we can link it if you want. There?
Shit, sorry, I keep forgetting I'm push to talk. Jesus. Yeah, it's thank you. So there's a verbal component to it. Do you just kind of like?
Yeah, it's very loud. You said there's thunder, there's rain, everyone's distracted. Yeah, I would just kind of just quietly say as if to myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you got it. I would say, Brandy, roll a perception check. Just because. Because fun. 14.
Busy with my new best friend.
Let's see. Okay. Brandy does not hear you over the thunder that seems to be crashing overhead. As you cast a spell here, you begin to see a small little bit of light kind of appear to kind of glimmer and kind of fade and then glimmer back out in Brandy's direction, kind of on her person.
Okay. I continue making no effort to help anyone.
I think if the kitten is looking relatively preoccupied by eating its food, I would just try and slip the little leash around its neck, basically.
Well, it's like kind of down for... You'd have to get a little bit closer, Brandy. Maybe down, down in there just a little bit. It's kind of... It's in a weird kind of spot. I should have drawn this out for you. It's kind of like a little tunnel, if you will. There's only really one way in and out. Well, two ways from the back.
So it needs to come out more for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I guess what I would try and do is just put a piece of food out a little bit farther.
Oh,
Closer to me, but
Yeah.
farther from his little hidey hole.
All right. Roll another animal handling check for me, Brandy. This is fun. See if you can do it. An 8.
No.
So, the creature kind of, for a moment, begins to take your throwing the food out as a welcome sign and begins to kind of walk a bit, but then begins to kind of get a little bit of water on the face here because he was kind of covered before, and you can see him kind of like shake his face a little and kind of duck back underneath the brush.
I think I would try it again, but with a bigger piece.
All right. Roll an animal handling check with disadvantage this time. Look at that. So
Come
you
on,
rip
Bran.
off. Yeah, you rip off a bigger piece, Brandy, and you kind of you say, "Come on," and you kind of put it down, on the ground in front of you, kind of just maybe a foot or foot and a half in front of you, and you could see her kind of peek her head out. And she kind of really quickly, kind of like a cat would, really fast, kind of squirms her way along the ground really quick. Picks it up quick. Now, if you want to do it at this moment, I would say roll me a sleight of hand check with disadvantage, only because it's raining. It's really hard to see, but you are Brandy. You can totally do this.
I think it's the one I would try and do it.
Okay.
So let's try it.
You got it. An 18? Are you serious?
I mean, plus 10 to play that.
16.
The dexterity, man, it's crazy.
God, I can't even believe it.
Not that she needs, but out of curiosity, does she get that paladin bonus?
That's
Probably not now.
Well, she's concentrating right now on I don't know if that's concentration or it's just an aura. Crap.
It's an aura.
Is it?
But you can end
Yeah,
it.
No. I mean her the bonus. Is that an aura?
Yeah,
Just a natural aura.
Oh, that's a natural aura, yeah.
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 Yep. So that's just a thing. Yep. But saving throws, yeah. So it doesn't really count for this.
Okay.
But good question. No. So Brandy, it's a tie. So you rolled an 18, and with its modifiers, it also rolls an 18.
Ooh.
So the slippery rain, you kind of get there, and it starts to eat. So how do you want to? We're gonna go a little deeper since we tied. We're gonna take it to level 2 here.
Come on.
What's up?
Meets it, beats it.
Oh, come on, this is fun.
No,
This is
yes, I
fun.
do.
And it's raining, right? So this is even better. So
That's why she rolled at disadvantage.
I know she did roll a disadvantage. I'm just doing this more for fun than anything else.
No, you're good.
So do you wanna do it kind of gently? Do you wanna do it quick?
I want to do it. Want to do it quick.
Okay, you wanna do it quick. All right, roll a 1d4 for me, Brandon. Roll a 2 or a 2 or a 4, or I mean a 3 or a 4. Oh my God, Brandy, you managed to put the loop around this kitten's neck and draw the knot pretty tight.
Okay. I wouldn't pull on it or anything. I would just make sure it's secure.
The cat
and
doesn't seem to
probably,
move.
And I would give it another piece of food.
Oh, perfect. It's occupied. It's getting pretty wet, so it seems to be moving a little bit back underneath the brush here. But you have a leash, more or less.
All right, I'd give the guys a thumbs up. I wouldn't want to yell. I don't want to startle the cat. But
Perfect.
Once he has the leash on it, Rummy's gonna very cautiously approach it, and his little hands are probably covered.
Oh, they're covered. Yeah.
Delicious.
Through it. He's gonna hold out his hand and let it lick the blood off.
Yeah.
It kind of like isn't short first, but since Rummy isn't actual like a creature, it doesn't get any weird senses, so it just starts to lick the blood off of Rummy's little thin hands. Perfect. Yeah, the rain's coming down quite hard now. You can kind of all feel the wind pick up. As a kind of a tree down to your south, you can hear it kind of fall over and splash into water somewhere.
Alright, well, D1 and Grumback are gonna be hacking up these things. Very, very carefully. We're gonna take our time and not, like, try to get the hides in one piece, try to get the tentacles nice, and keep everything in as fine of condition as we can while we do the process.
All right, so this is probably going to take a minute. I will say this: the rain and the wind has picked up. You can see that the trees are really, really blowing now. Some of them are almost blowing. The tips of them are almost. I mean, you're looking at like 40-mile-per-hour gusts right now, kind of down on the ground, kind of blowing the trees, kind of side to the side, and you can see the brush and the shrubbery kind of being whipped around quite violently here. I would say you could probably proceed if you'd like to. It's going to be a little harder, but all of you are sensing that this is getting pretty nasty. You don't know what this is, but you're starting to get the idea. D1, you probably recognize this more than anyone else as either some kind of a tropical storm or some kind of hurricane blowing in. You might actually be in trouble.
Alright. I'm going to look at Grumback and say, yeah, this weather fucking... Why don't we just pick these things up and carry them to cover somewhere?
But
and I am going to begin a ritual.
He says, we should find shelter quickly.
Alright, I'm gonna start a 10-minute ritual then. I'm gonna go, give me 10 minutes.
Oh, perfect. Here. Okay, you got it, D1. As D1 kind of begins to kind of go into a trance, for anyone who observes him, the moment here, as the rain just begins to pound on everyone's head. The drops that fall are the size of quarters, or gold pieces, if you will. As they kind of drop down, you can hear them clanking off of your shoulder pauldrons, Aliva, as they hit the metal. Everyone else is just getting totally drenched. Ronan, with your hood up, you can see that the rain just kind of falling down your robes here. You still have a feeling, Ronan, of like a little bit of an upset stomach, but for some reason, you're not upset about it. You feel kind of how do I even put this? You have like a almost an empowered feeling, Ronan. It's hard to explain. Ever since you sacrificed a bit of yourself to your weapon, you felt this kind of electricity flow through you. Your shoulder is a bit hot as well. Your left shoulder, as you kind of move it around underneath your cloak and your hood, you can feel it almost radiating heat, almost like a firewood. It's not burning you, but you can feel how hot it is. And anyone around you, you would imagine, might feel it as well. As the wind kind of blows around here, you also, Ronan, feel almost like a presence. It's just to your right here, as you kind of begin to continuously look to your right and see no one, see nothing, except for just the air and a dead tree beside you. But you swear that you feel a presence of some sort as the rain just begins to pound everyone here. I will let you guys kind of do your thing here while D1 does his ritual. I'll just open the floor here for a moment as the kitten continues to eat.
Seeing the kitten situation taken care of, I'm going to approach Aliva.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd kind of look over coolly and just not say anything.
I don't know if I should apologize. My bad. I'll just say that. Just seeing these beasts, thought that I could speak to them and maybe get myself a mount out of the deal. Apparently I can't talk to these. Good fight, though.
Good thought, but I do think that it was foolish to stay here this long, and I think we will regret it before the day is over.
Yeah, we do got to go.
I'm not talking to you.
What?
I'm giggling.
I think I'm gonna run over to that little corpse.
Yeah, I'd step closer to Ronan and like pointedly step one step further away from Randy. So
Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, I just shrug my shoulders and just feeding my cat.
Nice.
Further cat. Or second cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah,
All
you wanna
right.
go check out that body that we couldn't make it to earlier.
Yeah, you can definitely do that, Ronan, if you'd like. All right, Ronan, as you begin to kind of make your way towards the corpse here, stepping over pieces of plant that you've kind of managed to kind of slay, if you will, with teeth kind of jagged and laying open as they lay dead kind of on the swamp
Kicking those
floor.
little fuckers out of my way. I ain't stuck
Yeah, like you kick one off into the pond and you can hear a whoop as it kind of drops underneath the surface. The crocodile like belly up laying there. All of this death all around you from corpses that you and your party have slain. As you approach as you approach this corpse here, Ronan, you see a couple of things catch your eye pretty quickly. There is a spear that's broken into an upper half and a lower half. It's a pretty nice spear. From what you can tell, it seems to be made out of just some kind of steel. The shaft is quite basic, but there seems to be some runic carvings around the top at first impression, without any kind of checks or anything. There's also the corpses. One thing that you notice before anything else with your passives are the corpse is a corpse. It has nothing but bone and seemingly red stained bone, where looks like which seems weird to you. A corpse out in the middle of nowhere like this in an environment like this should be white. Yeah, but this is covered in kind of like a red. You can also see there are bits of material kind of here and there, just kind of still there, decaying. Although most of the flesh has been gone, you can still see the backpack. As a matter of fact, Ronan, the backpack is still on this corpse. So whatever took the skin and such away from this corpse did it in a weird way, from what you can tell. Considering the backpack is still on the corpse. The corpse also seems to have some kind of an empty jar at its left hand, kind of down by its hip. It's hard to say from here. And I'll leave it to you.
Guess I'll just take everything that isn't nailed to him.
You're just gonna start picking stuff up? You can totally do that.
Yeah. I think D1 is able to repair the spear. The backpack, so just bag the loot. It looks like that little potion.
Okay, you want to take the broken spear?
Yeah. And I'll open the backpack.
All right, you got it. The backpack you managed to... Now, it's still on the arms of the corpse. You just kind of want to, like, rip it off, or do you want to kind of, like... Sorry, I don't think I came through. Did you just kind of want to, like, pull it off lightly? Like, how does Ronan want to remove the backpack here? Seems like a weird question, I know.
Probably just open the backpack. Like, I don't really need the bag, so...
Oh, you're just going to open it?
Yeah.
All right, Ronan, that's amazing. Easily enough, and I would say roll... Nah, we don't need to do that. You open the flap of the backpack, Ronan, and the flap falls down kind of over the skull of the corpse here. And you can see there inside that there are a couple of books. Probably 3 books total. There's also a stack of parchment. There's also an inkwell in there and a quill. Rather, 3 quills, sorry. And also a little pouch.
Alright, I'll close the backpack up and then take it off of the skeleton. I'll just break its arms.
Yeah, you got it. So you relieve the corpse of its belongings. You take the potion, the bottle as well.
If it's empty,
A little bit of fluid left in it, but it's hard to say if it's from the rain or if it's actually from whatever was in it.
I'll pick it up and give it a sniff.
Yeah, roll a perception check for me. Actually, roll an investigation check. I think. 16. So you get it close to your nose and you give it a nice sniff, Ronan. And in the rain and the mist and the fog and everything and just the absolute horrible smell, that stench of the swamp here, you do manage to get a little bit of a different smell in this moment, barely, just a little wafting smell. It's musky. It seems to have a bit of some kind of an alcohol maybe in it. This is definitely some kind of potion of some kind, Ronan. It could have been anything from your understanding. It could be a healing potion, an antidote. It could be some kind of some kind of a rejuvenation ointment. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I'll just drop it into the pond next to me and go rejoin the group.
All right, you do. You drop it down, and you can hear it kind of boom, boom, boom as it kind of like goes underneath the surface of the water here. And you return back to the group here, which you come back to find Brandy kind of down real low to the ground, kind of feeding this creature, this beast, as it's absolutely taking all the food, Brandy, that you are feeding it. Aliva kind of standing here in the rain, letting the rain just pour down her armor. She doesn't seem to be getting wet. Her skin seems pretty protected from all the plate and everything she's wearing and stuff. But you can tell that she is absolutely not having the best day. Aliva is. There's a big kind of a mark underneath your left eye, Aliva. A big bump from seemingly a mosquito bite or some kind of swamp insect or creature. As you begin to itch it a bit. It's just a little itchy. As if you don't mind, roll a Constitution check for me.
All right. Constitution check.
Check would be on the actual bar left.
Yeah, I hit it. It's just, I think, taking a second.
Ooh, natural 1. So, as you kind of itch, it itches so bad. It itches so bad, Aliva. But you know what? You have to itch it because it's just. And as you do, there's a little feeling like as you break the surface, and there's just a little bit of blood begins to kind of come out of it. Roll a wisdom save for me, please, to make sure that you can keep your locate object active. That is a save. That is a success.
Sweet.
Perfect. All right. As you're kind of, you can feel the venom in there, the poison, Aliva. Kind of, the pressure is a little bit of alleviated, but it's itchy.
And this isn't technically a disease. This isn't.
No, it doesn't seem to be. Well, you don't feel sick. Because I have a little cheat sheet here, so I do all this stuff right. But yeah, you don't feel like you have a disease or anything. It just feels maybe like it could be like some poison or something in there, possibly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brandy, you're really being patient here with this beast, with the rain just falling down on you. What would you like to do in this moment, particularly?
Well, I really would like to get out of this horrible swamp. So, are D1 and Ronan done hacking up bodies?
We haven't even started.
Yeah, D1 seems to be. Yeah, D1 seems to be performing some kind of a ritual, from what you can tell. And Grumback is carefully slicing bellies open and removing pieces, seemingly, into stacks beside him.
Get those entrails out.
Yeah.
Well, then, I think if they're doing stuff, I would think I would get out my flask and have a drink and sit with the
Sure. Yeah, Brandy. That sounds fantastic. Roll a Constitution check for me, just to check.
Need a saving throw.
Oh.
Oh no, the one
That was a
anyway.
save, not a check. But you
Dave, I didn't even do anything right.
Yeah, you can re-roll those.
You can, because they're both natural ones.
That's so funny. Okay, let's try the right one. Oh, I had disadvantage on. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, that's okay. It's okay. Yeah, you take a sip. The water's just starting to annoy you a little bit.
Yes.
As you're not really that like a stranger. You're not really a stranger to water or to the rain at all. But it's just a combination of just the stench in the area and just the ground doesn't feel right to you. It's too spongy. It's making you a little nervous as you stand here. Randy, roll a wisdom check for me as well.
Okay.
As you stand here, you just feel agitated for a moment. An 11. You know, this cat right here.
Yeah.
What you could do,
Black
you begin to think. Your mind begins to wander just a bit. You could take this cat, train it, and you could have it go after a very certain someone.
Oh.
You really could. This is what you keep thinking, like, yeah.
My murder cat.
I mean, you could.
They're
You
good at murder.
I mean, but whatever you do, you should keep that amulet. You keep thinking as far away from Oliva as possible.
Sure.
You should definitely never let her have it again.
You need to hide it from her.
You need to. As you look at her, you can see she kind of.
Yeah, she's looking at me.
She's looking at you. There's a little bit of suspicion.
She's looking at me.
Yeah. But this voice keeps saying, she must never have it. She must never hold it. She will never give it back. She will always keep it from you.
Remind me, where do I have it on my body?
I believe you have it in your.
You have it in your
pouch.
little invisible bag.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Mm-hmm. Ah, man, I don't remember. I thought that's where I had it, but I couldn't remember. Okay, so then that's a good spot for it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would be probably feeling a little. I'm just keeping an eye on the world around me. Feeling a little cautious, maybe.
You're just very suspicious. Yes.
Suspicious.
Yeah, just very suspicious of everyone around you. Like maybe they know, Randy.
Yeah,
Maybe
because I mean, I guess
they-
Leva knows, but in reality, I haven't talked about it with the other guys.
No,
So
that you haven't. But you just keep thinking like maybe they do know. Like, look at D1 over there. Kind of every once in a while, it kind of looks over at you and kind of looks away. Like, and Grumback, the way that he always avoids eye contact with you. What is that all about?
yes.
I'm sorry.
No, that's good.
Do I notice that Oliva doesn't have that amulet?
Oh, that would be hard. Roll a perception check.
I was wearing it right by my locket,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah,
roll a
I did-
and I am now grouchily eyeballing Brandy the whole time. So
Yeah.
Just straight perception?
Yes, please. Not a disadvantage. 14. Of course. There's a strand, like there's a thing, right? So ever since you've acquired this amulet, inside Ronan, you've always felt like it's yours. But Oliva, for some reason, seems to be connected to it as well. And so you've kept track of who, for the most part, has held it. Keeping very, very, keeping tabs on who has your amulet, right, in your mind. And as it stands right now, Ronan, you don't see that cord around the neck of Aliva. You only see a single cord.
All right. So I make a mental note of that and the way that she's just been eyeing Brandy like a piece of meat.
He hates me.
Yeah, I just wanted to clock that.
All right, perfect.
Question for me. I had to look at my little spells to see which ones I had chosen earlier because I'd forgotten. Can I use protection from poison on myself?
I believe so. Can you link it?
I certainly can.
Touch a creature, poison, you neutralize more than poison, you neutralize poison.
Yep, you can absolutely
Yeah.
touch yourself.
Excellent. Excellent.
Excellent. I love doing that.
Yeah, doesn't your lay on hands do that?
My ring?
Lay on hands or protection from poison. I think both of them.
Well, I mean, is the if the ring is automatic and not actually using a spell, then the poison would be nullified, wouldn't it? I say wouldn't as if I know. I don't know anything, so tell me I'm wrong.
You see,
If you want to neutralize poison, you've got two options. You can do a spell slot, or you can burn all 5 charges of your lay on hands for the long rest. Either way.
it's fine. Very easy. Is no one poison affecting it. Yeah. You can spend 5. Yep. That's right. 100% right.
5 points.
It's
So I
your
think it would
choice.
probably be then smarter to do the poison, wouldn't it? Rather than lay on hands. Since we rested semi-recently.
Depends on what you find more valuable. Spell slots are valuable, and it's a second level spell slot.
That is true. That is true. Okay. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, okay. I'll do lay on hands then for the
Okay.
poison.
Yeah, that sounds great, actually. So, you begin to kind of go over in your mind what you learned at the academy, kind of honing in on this ancient golden energy that you remember from just all the different things that you learned from it and where it came from. And as you kind of touch your arm, you feel the warmth of your arm kind of exclude from the palm of your right hand and kind of fill your body as the wound on your cheek kind of begins to kind of seems to get hotter and hotter, almost too much to bear for a moment before you kind of feel it kind of relieve and then kind of be reduced in size until kind of your cheek is kind of more or less back to the way it was. There's just a little pinhole in there.
More or less.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Yeah. Nicely.
Yeah, I
done.
would finish that without. I'm not really announcing what I'm doing. I'm just kind of doing shit, and then I would. If Ronan is still kind of by me, I would kind of stand near him, and still watching Brandy, but not as closely as before because now I don't need to.
Yeah. Okay. That's perfect. And you can see Ronan you can see him kind of like looking off into space a bit as you kind of stand here and look around.
Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for D1 to finish his ritual.
Yeah, and you see actually just as you kind of Ronan, you look over in his direction, you see him kind of snap out of it, if you will, as a pulse of kind of magic kind of illuminates out from his body and kind of quickly fades out into the nether kind of spaces around him. As you see like a disc begin to form and just apparate out of nowhere into the space in front of him. Do we have a token for this?
I thought you had.
I think we do.
Let me see. Library.
I'll see the disc form and say, okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't know how much these things weigh. I can hold 500 pounds.
We should be good.
Yeah, let's pile them on here.
Ronan, a moment.
Yeah, what's up?
I'd kind of subtly nod toward D1 and say, "Do you see anything on him? A glow?"
A glow? No, he looks like himself to me.
All right, never mind.
Rain.
Oh, what do you think?
My metal ass. There you go. See what you get for
I like it.
You have control.
It's a compact tentacle.
That's right. Perfect. All right.
Yeah.
D1. Yeah.
Me, Grumback are gonna start grabbing these, like, you know, I'll grab the back end, you grab the front end, and we're gonna slowly pile them onto the disc. And then I'm gonna ask Grumback for a couple of the bags that he had.
Yeah, and he kind of hands them to you.
And I am going to hold the bag open, and I am going to use shape water to bring chunks of, like, little blobs of water out of this lake here. And I'm going to freeze them into ice and land them in the bag.
Freeze them into ice and land
Oh,
them in
he's
the
making a
bag.
cold bag.
Really? Really? How thoughtful.
Fucking ingenuitive one, I'll give you that.
Jeez, really? Hold on, shape water? Yeah, dude, we can definitely do that. Wow, you're so smart. All right. I love that, man. I love it. I wish there was a way for me to, Actually, there is. Hold on one second.
And it just stays ice for an hour, huh?
Yeah. And then at the end of the hour, I can just find more water or refreeze it, I imagine.
I imagine you can just refreeze it.
Yeah, I think.
So, yeah.
That's really cool. That's really cool. Give me 1 second.
It's around evening time, isn't it?
It is probably closer to like 2 p.m.
Oh, shit. I'll look to the group. So, what's our plan for... What are we doing now?
We might need to just find some kind of shelter to ride the hard part of this storm out.
Yeah, we got that tent, yeah.
It does look like a boulder. Will it blow away? I don't know. I think the storm coming in, from my experience, I see it looks like it's going to be something serious coming our way.
Could we use the plant monster? So sort of like protection against the wind?
Crawl back in that thing?
No, with the tent.
Oh, it's a tent to keep it brought down.
I don't know if the smell will attract or deter other monsters.
Yeah, well, where we're standing now, we've been attacked from all sides. We could head back up to the wagon and maybe try to... I don't know. Have you guys noticed anything that would be like a solid shelter to...
Run back. Do you know if there's anything like what we're looking for nearby? Like maybe some old stone structure just...
He kind of... There you go, D1. Did it on the block. He says... He looks around, you can see like looking around, like you can see his fur kind of blowing. He says, this place is mostly unknown to me, but we must find shelter soon. The storm is it's getting worse. So surely there's a cave or a fallen tree, something. Ruins.
It was worth a shot.
I'm sorry, man.
You send up one of your constructs to go look.
Brandy, you said Bitter's back out again.
Oh, yeah. Do some reconnaissance.
Yeah, see if you can find like some kind of safe shelter somewhere.
Yeah, alright. Well, and we've kind of... Remind me, did we come from the north?
We
Northwest?
came from south.
What? Alright.
Southwest, I think.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I know. Alright, so
I
then...
believe the wagon's to the north.
So maybe we'll look east a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I'll send Bitters up. I mean, Bitters can fly all over the place. So I think I would have Bitters go up and like kind of look towards the east.
All right, let me...
See if she can find somewhere.
All right. So Bitters begins to kind of float up high, Brandy, up really high in the sky. Like, before she gets to about 70 feet, you can see her begin to kind of toss a bit, and kind of, you can see her drop a bit. And then she gets up a little bit higher and then drops a bit further, a little bit lower. You can see her, she's really struggling to have a hard time getting up like a little higher than 60 feet. But from up there, roll a perception check for me.
Yeah.
And do it with disadvantage. Sorry. Freak! You monster! 12. You can see
Yeah.
the rain is absolutely falling, Brandy, as you kind of, your eyes kind of go back into your head a bit. Anybody observing Brandy can kind of see her just kind of for a moment. She just kind of goes into this trance. And Brandy, above you, to the northeast,
Okay.
you begin to kind of see, if you back your map out just a bit, begin to see what seems to be a ruin of some sort, kind of just a little bit a little bit northeast of your current position here. As kind of you find that Bitters is having a hard time stabilizing herself as she kind of moves right and left, and kind of just in this this moment right now, there's a very large crash of thunder, along with lightning that strikes right beside Bitters. But she kind of seems to be okay and kind of straightens herself.
Okay, and that's the best we got. So I think I would just say, as far as I can't see very far with Bitters, but to the northeast, there's some kind of tumbled down old structure. I don't think there's really going to be any kind of roof for us, but we would at least be enclosed in on maybe one or two sides.
I mean, that sounds like the best we got.
Better than sitting here next to the swamp.
Grumback, you can't happen to smell the beast here, can you? Like, to be able to track maybe where their nest or their burrow is?
Good thinking. He kind of stands up high. Oh! And you see him kind of really try and get a good scent, but it's no use. He kind of shakes his head at you.
Worth a shot?
Yeah, it's a good thought. These beasts probably had somewhere to hide. I don't know how we can find it.
So are we moving?
Yeah, G1's gonna eventually start heading up towards the northeast.
All right, and Grumback follows. You have control of your disc as well.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, so is everyone? So what are we doing with the kitten who seems to be nestled underneath this this shrubbery, this brush right now?
Does Brandy have a harness around him?
Yeah.
She does. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't just I guess it's not eating food, right? I'm all out of food.
It seems to be done. Yeah, like it's licking its lips now, and kind of like doing the little cleaning thing.
So I'm gonna look at everybody and go, we're gonna rest anyways. through this storm, so fuck it. And I am going to cast Levitate on the displacer beast.
Ooh,
Oh.
on the kitten?
That'll make it panic.
On the kitten, yeah.
Oh, nice. Let me just see 1 second.
It's
Can
a
you link
fucking
it?
balloon animal.
Oh my god, hold on. I can pull this object of your choice. Creatures.
As long as we don't take 10 minutes to walk 200 yards.
Vibrations, levitating creatures, fire, and unrolling creatures succeeds conscious save against unaffected. Target can move by pushing or pulling against the surface. So allows. Okay, how are you gonna? Okay, let me just do this first.
Oh shit.
That is a fail.
They threw that rope at it.
So how?
I
how
gotta
are
look
you-
at Brandy and say, hang on to that rope.
Sound
Then I'm gonna lift
ready to run.
him just 5 feet off the ground.
All right, D1. It begins to kind of float, just lift off the ground, just ever so slightly, as you see this cat kind of begin to bump up against the shrubbery that's kind of above it, and you can see it kind of like kind of bounce a little bit until kind of like Brandy. Do you want to? Do you give it a little tug?
Just a gentle one.
And it kind of bobs out, and then you kind of see it just kind of float just a bit. Sorry, I'll try to do this.
And Rummy's gonna fly up beside it and just sort of pat it on the head to try to keep it calm.
Brandy, you now have a displacer beast balloon animal.
Oh yeah, just what I've always wanted.
The rain is pouring. It's pounding now on you all. This kitten is getting absolutely drenched, soaked. You can hear it meowing. It's just pouring here. What would you like to do?
Let's run. Let's go.
All right. Perfect. Are we moving towards the ruins? I take it.
Yeah.
I think
Yep.
so.
Oh crap. All right, perfect. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get closer to the ruins here, and as you kind of get approach, you notice in front of you there seems to be another husk. This one is just as gruesome as the other ones, seemingly made out of some kind of some kind of plant matter, along with biological matter. It's hard to say exactly what, but it seems to resemble like a skeleton of some sort with really long fingers and vines that kind of stretch around the neck and around the rib cage and kind of poke out through the eyes and the nose. It's very grotesque as you approach it.
By it, I'm gonna yell at Grum back. That thing's gonna get blown away. If we want time to study it, why don't you grab it and bring it with us? We'll try to keep it safe so we can maybe later figure out what the fuck it is.
There is ancient, evil magic emanating from that. I
You
cannot.
don't want to touch it.
Yeah,
But you're
he's,
saying it's better if it blows away, is that what you're saying?
let the infernal thing blow away with the wind. Be gone from this place.
Alright. Fuck those things.
Nice. Yeah, he kind of continues to move along with you. You're just gonna pass it?
I gotta kick it over as I walk.
Oh, you're gonna kick it over. That's perfect, actually. You do. You kick it over, kind of, it falls over with a little bit of force, as you kind of, you get close to it. I'm just gonna move you guys up here, be it? Not that it really matters, just visual. But, Brandy with her cat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn him sideways, because why not? And you kind of continue to walk through it here before you realize that Ronan's a little bit ahead of you here. And Ronan, you turn the corner. Roll a perception check for me. Oh, 9. Ronan, just as you kind of go around the corner here, you look down right as it as it happens, Ronan, as a vine kind of surrounds your left ankle, or your right ankle, just a bit. And you can just feel a little bit of a tug as the thorns that are around the vine kind of dig into your ankle just a little bit. You can feel it. Doesn't do any damage to you, but it just it's a little tiny vine. It doesn't seem to be as big as the other vines around it. What would you like to do?
I just yank my foot out of it, and
it snaps the vine.
If there's any more of those carnivorous ones that we've dealt with earlier, I'm just gonna start hacking and weed whacking.
You just see there's a big purple flower with kind of a red inner, and there's a little bit of jagged little teeth. It looks like this could be maybe a really, really young one that just hasn't really grown yet. Are you just gonna start hacking it up? Oh, easily enough, Ronan. You just completely tear it apart, and it's dead. There seems to be a couple more.
Yeah, I'll get those ones while I'm here too.
Perfect. And they all kind of are no match for your glaive as you kind of bust them up. Here, I'll just get rid of them. And you make your way around the corner, Ronan, and you see there's another husk kind of just around the bend here. As the wind picks up.
The husk.
Sorry?
I might walk up to the husk and give it a once over.
Yeah, do you touch it?
No.
No? You just kind of get close to it?
Yeah, I'm just looking at it.
Sure. How close do you want to get?
Yeah, like 10 feet from it.
Okay. Kind of make your way close to it. You can see the detail. It seems to look like some kind of a knight or something underneath all of this. There's an impression of like metal armor. Of course, this is all plant matter. There seems to be some biological material here, like maybe some skin and some blood and stuff. But mostly, this just looks like a really. This is going to sound disgusting. Kind of like a topographical map, but instead of like mountains and such, it's just creases where armor plating would be, things like that. Kind of stretched over this odd construct in front of you. You can smell it too, Ronan. It's got a horrible smell, even through the rain and everything around you here. You also notice there's a bit of energy here, Ronan. It's hard to say exactly what, but there's a darkness here that you feel, some kind of natural, primal energy.
Yeah, I don't like that. I think I'm just gonna like knock it over with the glaive and shove it into the water south of it.
All right, you got it. You do. You knock it over and push it over into the water. Oh, into that water? You got it. Yep. And you can see it kind of floating there in its grotesque form, kind of not disturbed really from its position. Still maintaining its position. Very, very odd.
Yeah, I'll just wait for the rest of the group to catch up.
All right. So, as everyone rounds the corner here, you kind of look down and you see the plants that are kind of mattered and mangled here. Sorry.
I am all about plants.
I don't like these plants. They try to eat me.
You're hungry. So sad.
So am I. You don't see me eating people.
You do eat plants, though.
Not these ones. I don't know. I may eat one of these.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you kind of... like look around the corner here, Ronan, at the kind of the ruins in front of you here. There seems to be a courtyard, or rather an entrance. It's pretty far, but it's if you continue north, seemingly it seems as though you may come across it. What is the plan? It seems to be pouring here, like pretty bad. It's probably 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
I mean, I'd be following at this point if nobody else is. I want to get out of this rain.
I'll be heading up towards
Yeah, I figure we'll try and set up the little tent around here.
Yeah, probably using any loose stones to hopefully hold down the tent better. Or, if I can, honestly, grabbing some of if there are any, like, sticks that are kind of thicker, I'd be using this to, like, carve my own stakes to, again, hold the tent down better.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'll leave doing that, and I'll pull out the, I don't know how you probably pronounce it, Piton, P-I-T-O-N. They're little spikes for mountain climbing.
Nice.
So we can hammer these to the rock using this top.
Yeah, I'd nod and just kind of go about doing that.
Sorry, new map.
New map, who dis?
Hooray! I'm using a new map program, so you're gonna see just different styles probably in the future here.
I like it.
Thank you.
Getting down that tent. Exciting.
All right, perfect. Okay, so what would you all? So is the idea that you want to get the bag out and use the bag again,
Yeah.
or are we using different tents? Okay, so the only thing with that is that there's a little problem with using the big tent again, the one that you guys got from the boss. You can only use it once every 24 hours.
How long has it been since you camped up there?
So you woke up around 7 or 8 a.m. and it's about 2 p.m. now.
Alright guys, what else have we got?
I'm so sorry, but you should see it on your little card there. It should tell you.
Yeah, I don't think I do either.
I don't think any of us do.
Oh,
I
this.
think
this
everybody
rain.
has a sleeping roll, but that's about it.
Oh, we should try and find a cave or something. This rain is. Oh, maybe we should split up so we can.
You want to split
Look,
up
if you want to wander off and die on your lonesome, be my guest.
We
Yeah, I don't
must
think it's a good
find
idea.
refuge.
No.
Somewhere.
Well, then we'll find it together.
You can see him. He's just a matted mess. Like his fur is just drenched.
I
He's
could
this
probably
big-
send Bitters out again to do a quick sweep of the area.
That's a
What
good
about
idea.
Rummy, too?
Yeah, Rummy and Bitters can both head out.
Yeah, let's have them. Let's us kind of stay together at that, because they can go much faster and farther than us
Sure.
in a shorter
Okay.
amount of time.
Yeah, is that what we want to do? Send Rummy and Bitters out?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. All right. So, do you want to keep them like how are we going to do this? I'm just going to let you explain it to me.
So I'm-
well, let's separate them and just send them off in opposite directions to cover more area.
I'll go like northwest, go to this corner over here.
Perfect.
Alright, Rummy will head northeast to start.
All right. Northeast.
Thank you,
Rummy.
Bitters is so small.
Oh, whoops, crap. Yeah, thank you. I don't know why I did that. So, Rummy and Bitters. Sure. And you got to get low to the ground here, kind of weaving in and out of different ruins and pillars that seem to be kind of fallen over in different areas here. As Rummy and Bitters kind of navigates around the different areas here. And Bitters and Rummy, roll a. How high do you want to go? First of all, it's windy.
I wouldn't go like more than 20-30 feet probably.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Just about 20 or 30 feet. All right, and you're looking in different directions. I would say Rummy and Bitters both roll me a perception check, both at disadvantage, please. As the rain and the wind begins to pick up. Oh, look at that. Very nice, guys. I also need no one, actually. Never mind. Sorry, false alarm. So, actually, both really good checks. Brandy, you look off to the distance here, and you can see there's a really big pond. It's probably maybe 50 or 60 feet from your current position. To the northeast or to the northwest, and it's a very large pond. You can actually see little eyes bobbing out of the surface.
Ooh.
There's probably maybe 12 or 13 in the pond there. Just over the ruin area here. It doesn't look like there's any way that way at all to go. There doesn't seem to be any refuge at all. However, D1, you do see there is a small little cave. It's got to be maybe 80 feet from your current position. The problem is that there's a network of little bridges that you can see, and a little ruined house as well.
Alright, I'm gonna say to everybody, there could be something to the northwest, north. I think we're fucking out.
Yeah, let's
Sounds
go.
good to me.
Perfect. I need Brandy and Aliva to roll. Actually, all of you roll a perception check for me, please, with disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Yeah, everyone. Sorry. Nice. Aliva, as the group continues in a northeastern direction here, you notice, you've been noticing it for a while and you haven't really said much, but you notice just off your right shoulder, off in the tree line, probably maybe 100 feet from where you stand right here, you can actually see around you in this area pretty well. The rain is still falling, but not as heavily as it was. You can see there's a little set of eyes looking at you. It looks like a little monkey or something up in a tree. Although, and you wouldn't be that concerned if it weren't for the fact that this little monkey creature seems to have a weapon in its hand.
It's got a knife.
And and possibly clothes, or it's wearing some kind of armor, maybe very crude looking, maybe fur from an animal.
Any human.
It's very hard to see through the trees, but as you see that, Aliva, you notice another set of eyes beside that one, and then below that there's another set of eyes. There are little tribal-looking monkey creatures. Kind of, as you turn your head, you notice they're kind of all around. They're keeping their distance. They're not anywhere near you, but they're just kind of watching. And you noticed when you were coming into this area, way back before you found the wagon. Yeah, on the canoe, exactly.
Yeah.
You noticed that they were watching you then, and they haven't seemed to mess with you even when you were attacking and fighting. They didn't seem to interfere or mess with you, not even when you seemed vulnerable. They're watching you, but they just seem curious. Just wanted to let you know. You're the only one who notices them right now.
I would kind of call Grumbag's name and gesture toward them and say, should we continue ignoring them? Or are we close to something that they'll protect?
He looks at you,
Am I missing something?
The little creatures from earlier when we were on the canoe, they're out there. A lot of them.
As he kind of like looks past you, around your shoulder, he like looks up and you can see his eyes get a little bigger. I was afraid that they would follow us. We must find shelter fast before the storm closes in. Surely these creatures won't bother us in this.
Surely, so you don't know. You're guessing.
I'm not familiar with this type.
Okay. I'd leave it at that.
There's quite a few of us, and we're not an unthreatening looking group, so I would hope that the sheer numbers of us would keep them away.
There's many more of them than there are of us.
These corpses. And a kitten on a string.
Kitten on a string.
My murder kitten.
And we are far outnumbered.
Yeah, they seem to be just watching from a distance currently.
A little afraid of their spears that they seem to carry, although they seem to have any cause to use them.
Yeah, as my old man always said, don't start none, won't be none.
All right, perfect. Do you guys just want to continue kind of in the same direction?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll head to where Diz said that cave was.
Perfect. As you begin to continue to move on here through the... Oh, God. Whoops. Where's the kitty? And the disc. Fail. Listen. Sorry, I've been busy, as you can see.
Yeah.
All right. So as you kind of continue through, you see that the ruins kind of stop in that area there, and then there are a network of kind of small bridges that kind of lead to kind of different areas here. There's an absolutely ruined house kind of just to your northeast here as you kind of continue on, as well as like a couple of little shacks. These have been kind of abandoned for quite some time now. You can even see as you kind of look in. I would say I should probably have put you in the middle of the map. Sorry about that. There. As you kind of look in, as you pass by, I'll just leave you the floor. Just let you do whatever. Go ahead and take the floor.
I'm gonna send Rummy into this house.
Sure. He flies through. You see, yeah, D1. You see, without any kind of special checks, unless you're looking for something individual, this place was turned upside down. You can see it's been smashed. There are barrels smashed on the ground. There are boxes that have been ripped apart and kind of torn, thrown different places. You can see anything of value seemingly was taken from this place probably long ago. You can see the roof is gone from this place completely. The only thing standing is kind of the walls, a couple of walls of the door, the structure, the frame itself. The roof is completely gone. Where it's gone, you don't know. You don't even see a remnants of shingles or of log placements for roof or anything. There's nothing. You can also see there is a table in the middle with a couple of skeletons kind of laid around it. One kind of laid down on the table and one kind of on the ground here with the chair kind of laid on its side. It's an interesting sight to see, as well as part of the floor that seems to be now completely gone, which you find also very odd and puzzling. There's some puddling waters kind of piled up on the southeastern, section of the house here, where there seems to be, if there's anything of value, that's where it seems that it might be. There's also one last thing. Out in the front, there's also another skeleton. It's also, it seems like it's been there for a long time.
So did Rummy see a cave end this, or?
No one saw this detailed. Rummy just saw that beyond this there was a cave.
Right,
so this is kind of before the cave.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't know about this place. There's no fucking roof on it. Do we just continue on to the cave?
Can I investigate the water real quick?
You
Or just, look at it?
absolutely can. Roll an investigation check for me, Oliva. Just a regular one.
I think I rolled to manage an accident. Sorry.
That's alright. That's a 16. Oliva, you notice this water is, as you kind of reach down and you kind of cup a little bit of it in your hand, you just put a little bit on the tip of your tongue, and you can tell right away that this is salt water.
Okay.
You're pretty far
Can I see
from the
any-
beach.
Can I see any crocs or anything in here?
You do not. You don't see a single creature in any of this water as you look around. You're really, really confident in that.
Okay. I don't see any dead animals either floating.
No dead animals.
Okay.
Yep. You don't even see many bugs, surprisingly enough.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Take the time now. We're entering into dangerous things.
Yeah.
To call Rummy over.
Okay.
I am going to cast a 3rd level Dragon Breath.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, into that little spell storing stone.
Yeah.
Good call.
3rd level.
So Dragon's Breath, but I'm going to cast it to 3rd level.
Yeah. No, it's so good. All right. All right. So you're gonna unleash the stone.
Well, I'm just loading it.
Oh, you're loading it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
All right.
He used it last combat.
Yeah. Got it. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Perfect. I'm going to write that down here too. So you begin to cast the spell into the stone. As the kind of the heat builds up around you, you can kind of sense that the power and the energy that you kind of wield, and you kind of cast it into the stone. The stone kind of lights up for a moment, kind of a molten orange, and then quickly cools back down to like a soft orange, rounded off, like kind of like like an opaque orange color that's kind of a little bit glowing.
Alright, so I'm going to say, alright guys, push on, get to that cave before this storm gets worse.
All right, perfect. Is that what we're doing? We're just moving
Sounds good to
forward.
me.
Yep.
All right.
Did that smell like salt water? Or does it still like mixed with swamp?
It smells like swamp around here. Absolutely horrid. It's almost like you can just smell a lot of plant decay, decayed plant matter, rather. There's probably a corpse or two somewhere nearby, from what you can tell. Also, as you kind of round the corner here, you notice that there's a little patch of dry land, and there's like a hut here. It does have a roof on it. It's a thatched roof.
Yeah. Poke our head in there.
Do you want to look in? Door isn't really opened. It's kind of like cracked. It's not really shut or latched. It's just kind of a little bit open. There's just a little crack. You want to push it open?
Yeah, I'll approach the door and look through the crack if I see anything. If I don't see anything
It's
interesting,
really,
I'll kind of push it open.
it's really dark inside, Ronan.
Shouldn't matter to me.
No, it shouldn't matter to you, should it? That's true. That's true. Give me 1 second. This is pretty good. Nice, Ronan. Okay, as you push the door open, you notice inside there are and just a series of old things.
Well, it doesn't appear to be completely tossed over. Do we want to pause here for a moment and see if we can find anything of value?
Sounds
I
good.
mean, this has got a roof. It might be cozier than a rock cave.
Yeah, I'm a little more partial to the cave idea.
Well, the cave, I mean, there looks like there are at least, a couple of entrances and exits to this place, so if we get cornered by something, we have places to flee to. Up to you.
I mean, I stand and sleep, so whatever you guys find most comfortable.
Yeah, let's root around, see what we find, and think about it.
All right, so is that the idea? Just gonna kind of hang out,
Yeah,
look
Sounds
around
good.
a bit.
search the area.
All right, this is perfect. I would say you kind of make your way inside. Grumback kind of comes in a little bit ahead of you all. Sorry, the squares in here. Let me take these away. I don't know why I did that.
This is a huge room.
It's a huge fucking room.
I mean, even go
There you go. Sorry about that. All right. Yeah, so go ahead and feel free to make your way, wherever you'd like to here. Brandy, you have your kitten on a whatever here. I don't even know what I'm saying.
Getting on a stick.
Yeah. Probably make y'all a little bigger too, but imagination.
Theater of the mind, y'all.
Theater of the mind, it's true. And as you kind of look around, there's a lot of really odd things happening here. Let's say roll a perception check for me, all of you. And pick an area if you don't mind, like on the map, and just put your character there.
Is there anything that would resemble a fireplace?
There is, Ronan. Right here.
I will check that out.
All right, perfect. Perfect. So we've got, all we need is Brandy. And where would you like to go, Brandy? Where would you like to look?
Let's see. Let's see. This is the whole space? Spookies.
It is, yeah. It's just a little square room. Well, kind of a big square room, but more or less what it is.
And we come, yeah, I like this creepy corner over here.
I was looking for a potion
Alright.
that says drink me.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
there you go. Old bottle of liquor, maybe?
You can also see
Throw back to regular size.
that this place is mostly, the windows and such are mostly covered, but there is a little bit of residual light coming in from the outside, creating very odd shadows in the room here. As you kind of all look around in your respective areas, and I think that's where we're going to take a break very quickly before we figure out what's in here.
Sounds good.
All right, let's get up, stretch out. We'll be right back. Awesome.
This music reminds me a lot of Halloween night in Stardew Valley when you're in the maze.
It does.
Thank you. I was like, hopefully somebody has played that. Fuck, I love Stardew Valley.
This is like a video game.
Yeah.
Alright guys, I'll be back in 1 second.
I'm back.
Spooky.
Oh, this place is definitely haunted.
Oh, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yo.
Yo.
I think that's all of us.
Nice. Excellent, excellent. Okay. So, whoops. As you all kind of stand in your spot, listening to the wind seemingly push against this old house with force, you can almost hear it creak as the wind just kind of gusts against it. You can hear the old wood boards kind of creak as you walk across them. You look around and you see in this room, in this place, is the memories of an old time. There are carpets ripped, tattered, tapestries hung on the walls that seem to have some kind of odd symbols on them. There are burn marks, tear marks. There are bits of splattered material, maybe blood. Very odd as you kind of look around. You get a good sense of your surroundings here. As you see your companions kind of choose a spot in the room here, Olivo, we start with you. We go to the northernmost spot of the room here, and you kind of look around at the bookcases broken in front of you, the table, pieces of furniture just kind of absolutely broken apart. It's hard to say what actually caused this damage, but something that was very, very angry with a lot of power, you would imagine. The tapestry in front of you, hung on the wall, burnt black. Not a single shred of information about what it once had written on it, just that whatever symbol is on it is burnt black. The edges, a rich purple kind of fabric, kind of hemmed on the bottom to kind of make very large loops that would maybe go through the bottom of a long piece of wood, maybe like a staff or something, to kind of hang it down and give it a little bit of weight as it hangs up high on a wall. You can see it definitely bared some kind of mark, although it's hard to say what it is now. In this area here, there are a few plates shattered, pieces of some kind of food, maybe grain or something against the wall, kind of just a couple of bits. You do see something, though. There's a little rusty key, Aliva, with your fantastic perception check, by the way. There is a little rusty key, and it seems to have a little leather cord strung through it. Sorry, can't talk tonight. The bottom of the key is is not rusty. The handle and stuff is, but you can see it's been used. This key has like wear marks on it, and it was used a lot from the wear marks, from what you can tell. It's just behind this table here as you kind of look around really, really well.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Can I see anywhere where the key would go?
It's in this area of the house. No, there doesn't seem to be any doors, any keyholes, any false, entrances or anything like that.
Can I peek behind the tapestry?
You can. Yeah, Aliva, you peek behind the tapestry. There seems to be nothing except for a couple of claw marks or gouges in the wall.
Okay.
Nothing seemingly. Yeah.
All right. Well, I pick up the key and then do a slow perimeter of the room, starting with that northwest corner.
Sure. Over here.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and move your characters a little. You can also see the tapestry on the wall here. It's that same beautiful, brilliant purple fabric, but this is more cut in a kind of in a flag style, kind of with two kind of tapers on each end. And you can see there's like a vine pattern on each side, and in the middle it seems to be some kind of a flame, and then underneath it there's like a potted plant of some sort. There seems to be vines coming out, and there's a bit of foliage coming out, kind of like draped over the side. Most of this tapestry is damaged pretty badly, but you can make out a couple of little symbols here. It's very odd. Doesn't make much sense why this would be here. You also look around the other side here. I'm going to move your character more. As you kind of walk across, you notice the same. This tapestry here is the same, only it's red. And this one here, instead of having a plant on it, it seems to have some kind of a chest. And above the chest, there seems to be some kind of a circle with like a sun or something around it. Which Aliva. I'll tell you what. Roll me a history check with advantage, because this is something you would know anyway. But we'll just see how much you paid attention in that class.
All right. History.
Oh,
paid really fucking good attention.
Natural 20. Are you serious? All right.
I think it's my very first one ever.
She took fucking notes.
Really good.
Yeah,
She's a
I taught the class. Listen.
That's right. Nice. All right, join me in the whisper room for one moment.
Oh, Discord, don't freeze on me. Okay.
So if we pick this spot to sleep and rest, what can we do to secure it?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, we have no idea how safe this place is.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting for sure.
Yeah. I mean, could be as good as a cave.
I tend to like caves more because there's usually one or two entrances.
Yeah, I mean, either way. Yeah, we'll see what we find in here and what kind of hints.
I was thinking more like if we don't bed down here, we could probably cut up the displacer beasts in here and just leave what we don't take with us.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be a good place for that. I have a feeling it's going to take a little while to do that, though.
Probably.
Thank you, guys.
Welcome back.
Sorry about that. Natural 20s.
Conspiracy.
That sweet, sweet lore.
Yeah, dude. All right, Aliva, as you continue to sit here, or rather observe the area here, we'll go ahead and go to D1 here, if we can, real quick, into this area here, where D1, where you kind of walk up against or rather walk up to a chandelier of sorts that seems to have, a candelabra or whatever, that seems to have fallen to the ground and shattered, and you can see very large candles here, very large candles, taper candles that are kind of half ignited. You can see there's a lot left over. There's wax everywhere, kind of all over. This is an old wood, from what you can tell in D1.
Okay. I'm just going to sort of kick it around a bit and just go, anybody else find anything interesting? Brandy's over here in this area here. You got to see, there's a kind of a bundle of seems to be sacks and barrels, brandy, along with a carpet of sorts. This seems to be like a little stash pile. It doesn't seem to be put together in any kind of order. As a matter of fact, Brandy, this doesn't make sense to you. It's like there are rocks on here. There's like a little pile of rocks. There's like a little piece of something shiny. You swear it's maybe a bit of fabric or something. It's very oddly placed here. Like this stuff is just junk, but somebody put it here.
Oh, like maybe little weird monkey people.
Maybe.
Is there any way to secure the door that we came in through?
Sure, if you'd like to. If you'd like to try. Would you like to do that?
I mean, I feel like we're a little bit open to the world around us.
You are a little.
And if there's some furniture or something... Because we can take turns, if we sleep and rest, and we can still take turns doing a watch, but... securing some entryway, I feel like would be a good idea.
Is that the plan, guys? You guys want to rest here? We gotta chop those displacer beasts up too before they rot.
Yeah, I'm thinking check out the cave, and if we like whichever place that we don't bed down for the night, we'll butcher those things.
Okay.
Nice, Ronan. As you kind of continue to kind of talk with your party here, you notice as you walk up to this fireplace here, there's something very odd about it. It's quite large, Ronan. It's large. It's larger than it should be for something that needed to heat up or even cook in a place this small. Although everything in here is pretty extravagant, considering what this place actually is. There's a couple of hooks, Ronan, up above the top of this kind of oddly structured fireplace. That looks more like a door than a fireplace, although it is quite deep. It's probably like a good 5 foot deep at the deep in the deepest part. Although it kind of protrudes from the middle, it's a very odd shape. It doesn't make much sense to you. Like something belongs in there or something. Like this isn't a fireplace. Maybe it's something different. Although it's presented as a fireplace, there's certainly wood in it. There's some bits of ash from some time ago. Somebody used this to as a fireplace.
If I step in it and look up, does it look like it's regularly used as a fireplace or sparingly used?
Well, roll a perception check. Roll an investigation check, Ronan. Ooh, dirty 20. Look at you. It was hard to see for a moment, but you kind of get in and you look up and you squint a bit, and your eyes almost know what to do, Ronan, as everything in the room kind of goes dark except for the chimney area as you kind of look up, and all the light in the area is kind of focused on that area for you. And you look up and you see a little bit of moss at the top of the opening, a little bit on the bottom there where there's some plant growth, and there doesn't seem to be that much ash, actually. It's mostly just stone. And from what you can tell, the only soot that's in here is from maybe this fire, that from the wood that's stacked in here, or maybe from something different. There isn't much soot in here, so no, this is very odd to you.
I'll back out of it and let the group know. So I think this fireplace isn't a fireplace. I'm gonna reach up and
I would too.
I manipulate either of those hooks above it.
They are stationary. There are 3 of them.
They don't turn or
They
act as
don't.
levers in any shape.
So you kind of get up, Ronan, and you pull against one, and you kind of twist it a little. It doesn't seem to move from where it's positioned.
Any keyhole by chance?
There doesn't seem to be, from what you can tell, Oliva. Roll an investigation check for me. It was cool how the dice kind of like flew over like that. 19. There isn't a keyhole, Oliva, but you do notice something. There is something hung up on the inside of this quote-unquote chimney or fireplace. It's a long bar with 2 little kind of, I don't want to say fingers, but kind of little fingers that stick out the end of it. Like a T.
Yep. I'd stare at it and then eventually reach up, see what I can feel.
Yeah, it's just a long bar, maybe 3 foot long.
Can I remove it?
You can take it down. It's just kind of hung up there on a little hook.
Yoink.
Yeah. It's made out of some kind of a steel.
I kind of look at it, and then if it didn't look interesting to me, I'd probably just set it aside.
Okay.
Unless somebody else recognized it, so.
Try laying it up on the hooks.
And do that.
Just kind of fits. It fits more or less, but you could tell like it's, it just hangs there. It doesn't really.
Yeah, I thought it might be some kind of like magical lock and key.
No, but I did find a key. So if you see a keyhole, let me know.
Randy, you can hear the storm outside. You can feel the house kind of sway and shake a bit as the wind kind of builds and builds. You can hear the wind outside as it begins to just roar, as if it wasn't roaring already. You can also hear in the faint distance, it's like a high-pitched wind. It's almost like maybe, I don't know, it's hard to explain. But if you listen really closely, Brandy, I swear, like, you almost feel like you can hear it off in the distance. All right.
Wind's howling.
Grumback is kind of at the door, and he kind of yells in at the group.
Oh, it's getting it's pretty windy. The trees are beginning to break. I'm not sure if this old house can stand up to this. Well, should we try and stay here for the evening? For the day, past the storm?
I mean, we could try to make it through the storm to the cave if you think that's safer.
I don't know. I certainly don't want to go outside in this tempest. We could get struck by some flying debris. Not exactly how I'd like to meet my end.
Yeah, just from like judging the creaks of this thing, like in comparison to what it would be like on a boat, how worried is D1 that this place is gonna come apart?
Ooh,
Insight check yourself.
D1, that is... I'm gonna have to listen back and feel it and see how cleverly worded that was. Really good question, and I'm even gonna play because I feel like that's really, really. I would say roll a history check.
History.
Yeah, maybe we'll do history just to see because you've been privy to this kind of. Do it with advantage, just to see because you're used to wind and all that.
Yeah, I've been in some sea storms in my time.
You have, it's true. 17.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. I would say, D1, this is a hurricane. It's coming. It's off the coast. Maybe it hasn't hit yet, but it's coming. It's close. You can hear the wind picking up, and you can hear the sound of the wind blasting through the trees, and it's creating like a high-pitched whistle almost. And you remember the way that it sounded when it was bursting through the sails like that in a bad storm at sea. And you remember on a ship it's a little different, but there's only so much that structures can take, especially when they're being pelted with debris, whether it's trees or sticks or anything like that. Your first instinct, D1, with your fantastic roll would probably be to get into a cave. But you do see something in front of you here that could be used as a structure if all else failed.
Yeah, alright, I'll pass on. I'll be like, I think the storm could be a problem. I wouldn't bet on this house sticking through it, but it might. And if it doesn't, I mean, we always have the plan to just dive into this fireplace. This fireplace ain't going nowhere. Either that or we try to break our way through the storm and make it to the cave, but if that's our decision, we better do it quick.
I'd say let's go to the cave quick, and if this is still here after the storm subsides, we can check it out later.
Yeah, we
Sounds
better
good.
decide now.
Yeah, let's go then.
Yeah, if we wait too long, we're staying here. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yep, let's haul ass.
All right, is that the plan? You're gonna try to make it to the cave?
Yeah.
All right. I love that. Give me 1 second. Sorry. All right, as you kind of make your way out of the shack, you can hear the wind just absolutely roaring in the sky all around you. You can see the brush being picked up and flung around in the air and bashed against the house that you're just in. Like, you can see the outside of it just getting absolutely pelted by just dead sticks and branches. Probably a good call, D1, as you kind of make your way north here. I'm going to give you guys all the opportunity to go ahead and roll a dexterity check for me as you move forward here to kind of keep yourself upright against the wind as the wind just keeps pounding against you. What is your order of movement? Meaning, who's in front, who's in back? Probably Grumback in front.
Yeah, Grumback in front.
Then D1. And then maybe Ronan. And
I'm like, I would be maybe behind Ronan or D1 holding onto their jackets.
oh, nice. That's perfect.
Yeah, and I'd be behind Brandy watching him.
I'm gonna get blown away in the fucking wind.
Hold on to that rope. You don't want our little buddy to go away.
Nice. Perfect. Yeah, and you're pressing forward, and you can feel the wind as it's just absolutely pelting you. Oh, 12, 12, 4.
I got Ronan.
Oh no, Ronan. Crap, I moved you way far ahead.
That's who Brandy's clinging to.
I know.
Not for long. I let that man go.
Perfect. All right. Aliva, you are standing upright, kind of lower center of gravity, kind of moving, pressing forward, kind of with your one hand kind of like out forward, kind of with Brandy, just kind of like letting yourself, push, like keep her within your reach so that you can grab onto her if she kind of loses her balance. And you kind of push on and in front of you D1, and he continues to push on as well, and almost loses his grip on the ground for one moment, but continues. And you can see the cave ahead of you. All of you can, just at the very, very end of this kind of wooden bridge, if you will, through the swamp. And Ronan, you kind of get down low. Brandy, you as low as you can to the ground for this big gust of wind that comes by. And the kitten almost gets blown away, but you kind of hold on to the leash here, as you can kind of hear the kitten kind of freaking out in different like bursts of meows coming through the break of wind that you can hear.
Nothing that it'll do. Remy's gonna grab the rope with his little paws.
Nice, and helps them stabilize it. That's fantastic. And Rummy's holding on to the rope, and Bitters is kind of low to the ground too, kind of real close to you, Brandy, kind of nestled up to you. And just in this moment, Ronan,
Y'all hear shit and then splash.
Oh no, yeah, a branch kind of comes out of nowhere, Ronan, and smacks you right in the leg, and you're kind of dragged off just a bit, and kind of land in the swamp, Ronan. Oh, that's cool. You only take 2 points of bludgeoning damage from the limb hitting you. It was a big limb, but you kind of managed to kind of get yourself up, and the water here is only kind of like ankle deep, so you're not too bad. You kind of get up and you get down lower to the ground, Ronan, and you kind of continue on. I'm going to move you just a little bit forward, and I would like another dexterity check, please.
From everyone?
From everyone. Nice,
Much
Ronan.
better.
Nice.
Redemption.
Oh, Jesus. Nice. Just Brandy?
Brandy, please.
Oh God.
We're in trouble now.
Sweet. So, Ronan, as you catch your breath and you like get back up on your feet, you kind of move forward a bit here, and you find a limb, and you kind of hold onto the limb, and you're able to kind of steady yourself. But unfortunately, you see your friends, you see D1 and Brandy both kind of like there's some kind of debris that hits them. Ronan, our D1, this is a big log or stick or something, kind of rolls along the ground, and it deals 4 points of bludgeoning damage in you as you kind of hit the ground, and then you kind of get back up a bit. Brandy, you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my God.
As a dead branch from this tree right here kind of rips off of the tree and slams right into your leg, kind of pushing you to the ground. You get back up and you move forward, and you can see the cave is in distance, is in sight here. It's maybe 60 feet from you. I need one more dexterity check from everyone, please.
Oh, redemption.
Nice.
Yeah,
21.
look at those rolls.
You guys are rocking. One more from Brandy. So, as everyone begins to pick their way closer to the entrance, Brandy, a really, really large piece of limb, much, much larger than your whole body, moves in your direction. But just in the nick of time, right before it actually hits you right in the face, D1 kind of grabs you from the back and pulls you forward with his natural 20 and pulls
nice.
you right out of the way, like right in the nick of time, and it completely avoids you. That would have done some serious damage, Brandy. Like, that would have been so bad. But you managed to slip your way. Oh my god, what's happening? Inside of a cave. Here. There's your stuff.
Nice. Good
As you can
save,
kind of
D1.
hear, really good, right? As you can hear the rain and the wind. Kind of pouring from outside. Wait 1 second, I'm so sorry. Bam. As you kind of make your way in, the deeper you go, do you guys just kind of, you guys are in the cave now, you're kind of safe in this area here, but I'll go ahead and let you guys move a little further in if you want to.
Aliva, can you see in the dark?
Yep. Dark vision.
Scout the cave with me.
Yeah.
I think the only one who can't see is Brandy
D1
and
doesn't
D1.
have dark vision, but I am
Yep.
going to
Yeah.
gonna grab my Let me look what I got in my thing here. I'm just gonna grab my dagger. Actually, no, I'm gonna light my knuckles. I got brass knuckles on my hand, and I'm gonna light them up.
Oh, okay.
So they're shining.
Good idea. I love this.
And
Oh,
actually,
nice.
you know what else
D1.
I'm forgetting?
What's that?
My armor. So I'm gonna light my armor up too.
Okay. Well, shit. If you do that,
Yeah, grants 30 feet of dark vision for the entire party, twice per long rest.
Yeah.
oh man, that's so,
yeah.
good. That's so
yeah,
good.
So I'm actually not gonna do that. I'm just gonna light my armor up.
Yeah, no, that's great, bro. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, you light your armor up. There's a twinkling sound, and all of you kind of experience like a real bright kind of aura begin to emanate out from D1. All in the area here. Hopefully, you guys can see the cave, right? Everyone can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, good. As you make your way inside a little bit deeper here, you can see the edges of the cave here. There are a couple of corridors here, and I'll let you explore it if you'd like to. There's no reason to hide anything from you. You can see everything you can see on the map. You can see the skeletons that are there. There's a couple of crates in the left corridor here. There is some glimmering and glinting kind of specks on the ceiling, which is probably a good 60 feet above you in the biggest chamber, all the way on the end, all the way north. If you want to move your way there, you can. Just thought I'd tell you.
Alright, well, D1 will start heading down this corridor here
All right.
and make his way up to where these crates are.
Yeah, I'd say by Ronan and probably venture a little ahead.
Yeah, I'd have looked for the back of the cave.
Oh, okay. You guys kind of going together, or is that
Yeah.
what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect. Cool. So Ronan and Aliva are heading towards the back of the cave, and Brandy, what are you doing?
Well, I'm anxious. I don't want anyone coming in behind us.
Yeah.
So me and Blackstar, we're gonna watch the entrance.
Sounds good.
We might be sleeping. Don't worry about it.
Nice. You still have your kitten on a stick, kind of levitating above you here. And Grumback is with you as well, and he's kind of watching the entrance as well, kind of very curious about the storm. But you all feel very safe and secure in this cave here. Very nice. So, Aliva and Ronan, as you get closer to the mouth of the very large chamber that is ahead of you here, I'm just going to move you guys a little closer. You kind of notice the chamber here, like I said, is about 60 feet at its highest point. There are a couple of corpses in here. One of them seems to have a couple of pieces of gear scattered around it. It's a little different from the others.
Investigate that.
Fantastic. And before we investigate that, you notice a couple of little shimmers of light that catch your attention on the top of the cave roof, the ceiling of the cave.
Are they like gems, or are they like something waiting to drop on us?
Roll an investigation check. Or a perception check, I'll let you choose. On this rare occasion.
Oh, we'll go
Both of us or just him?
Both of you. Ooh, look at that. Ronan, it's really hard to see. It looks like water, maybe. Like it's just like a glimmer of light off of water. Aliva, they're not gems. It's like the ceiling might be moving or something. It's hard to explain.
Ooh.
There's like something. It's like
Time to back up.
glimmering light movement.
Is that just over us, or is it over the whole cave?
There's just a couple of a couple of spots that you notice that are kind of like, you can't tell if it's just a play on light, or if it's actually because something on the ceiling is moving and its light is reflecting off of it.
Regardless, I would clamp a hand over Ronan's shoulder and then just slowly start backing up while staring up. So he get the picture.
Yeah, you're just gonna slowly back up.
Yeah, and I'd say very quietly that something up there is moving, and I can't tell if it's alive or not. But knowing our luck.
Nice.
Wait for our effervescent buddy to get up here to shed some light on it.
Very nice, very nice. So do you guys want to make your way back to D1? Is that what you're doing?
Not all the way, but just kind of at the lip of that area.
Perfect.
I'll head
right
back
here.
to D1.
All right, yeah, and we'll let you head back to D1. We're gonna wrap it up here real quick, but we'll let you head back to D1.
Yeah, I'm
And,
checking these two crates here. Well,
Yeah, and as they were doing that, D1, go ahead and roll an investigation check for me. An 11. A couple of things of note. Number one, the case, or both of these wooden cases, they've been opened. These crates. There's a pile of lumber, kind of not a pile, like a couple of pieces of like planking or whatever, laying off behind it. That came from the top of one of the crates. Both crates are empty, unfortunately, except for maybe a couple of little mushrooms that have kind of started to grow in the corner of one of them. They're very little.
as Ronan walks in, I'll say, "What you guys find in that back portion of this cavern?"
We need some of your light. Apparently the ceiling is moving.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's water or if it's some kind of creature, so...
Alright, as far as camping, this part's okay because there's two ways in and out. So if somebody tries to come in one side, we can circle around behind them on the other one. I'm just thinking
It's easier to defend one point.
If people start coming in too, true.
Yeah,
then,
but
then
you
we
just
get
don't
cornered,
let them
right?
pass that point. That's why it's easier.
Let's go take a look.
Yeah. Oh, as far as when we're ready to dissect those beasts, I'll just plop down the hole and we can do it in there.
Hole, what hole?
That portable hole that I picked up.
Oh, gotcha. Alright, well, I'm gonna unsummon my desk and just drop the bodies in this little area here.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
And I'm gonna drop concentration on the kitty.
Oh, got it.
In which case he lowers slowly to the ground, he doesn't fall.
Perfect.
Otherwise, that would be an insta-kill spell.
It would be. The cat, now that it's on the ground, you can see that it's breathing heavily, it's panting, it's looking around frantically, back and forth between Brandy and Grumback. Brandy, it just happens out of nowhere, like you just realize, wow, this cat is now floating down towards the ground. Uh-oh.
Mhm.
And it does, and it paws out a couple of times at you, Brandy. It just swipes out at you a couple of times and then backs up and gives you a...
Rubby's gonna go up to it and start, like, rubbing it behind the ear if you can.
It kind of backs up and kind of paws at it a bit. Like it's... You can tell it's a little startled.
Alright, Rubby will just sort of, like, like, sit down on the ground beside it.
Nice. It just kind of backs up against a rock and kind of curls up a little bit, curls its tail around the front of its body a little. You could tell it's a little distressed. Its ears are back. Its head's down.
Let me see what this one has in his backpack. Where is my hammer?
Backpack.
Right.
Sorry.
Do I not have a sleeping bag? Crowbar, hammer, pittance, torches, tinderbox, rations, water skin, and rope. Alright, I don't have a bag. I don't have a blanket.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, does anyone here have a blanket? Maybe put a blanket on him. He's probably wet and cold.
Oh yeah, I'll give him my little my good boy.
Perfect.
I got some old clothes.
Oh yeah, I think I got an old cloak in here.
All right. So you kind of get your cloak and kind of pass it, give it, like Brandy kind of like gets close to it. And the cat absolutely doesn't want anything to do with anything, but if you kind of find yourself putting it on the ground there, and the cat kind of, after a bit, kind of goes up to the cloak and kind of smells it a bit, kind of looks up at you with its glowing green eyes as you all kind of sit here in the moment, in the silence of the cave. And that's where we're going to end the session.
Bum.
Sounds good.
Nice, guys. Let me do that. Nice job, everyone. I'm really proud of everyone. You guys are rocking it. What did I get rid of?
Hell
All the
yeah.
rain. So next time, come with your raincoats and your wind gear. And anyway, we're gonna have fun. It's gonna be good. So fun times.
Oh yeah, hurricanes, fun, sure. I
Yeah,
believe you.
our very own Milton.
I know, right? You know what's really funny? I planned this like a month ago, like a month and a half ago or something, or whenever, like a while ago. And like the hurricane thing was always planned, and then we get smacked by 2 hurricanes week after week. Like, for real?
Yeah, right.
This is just funny how this ended
Hey,
up.
you did this. You thought this
Maybe.
into existence,
Right.
Maybe.
Oh God,
Yeah.
maybe.
Horrible. Shame on you.
Some powerful juju you got there, Reed.
I mean, maybe.
Dang.
Hey. But join us next week, everyone. We will be here once again, and we will get back to it. So,
Hell
fun
yeah.
time.
Great.
Alright, guys, I'll stop the recording.